Dave, let's go over some notes here really quickly that you have from spring and how things are going thus far.
Yeah, spring notes, man. A couple names that have stood out here. Jakeem Jackson's one of those. He's had a couple of interceptions in the practices as well, from what I've
That
heard.
mid that
Arliss,
mid 300 ranked guy you're talking about?
yeah, that ranked 300 guy from like the last cycle. Yeah,
Good,
that
good.
guy that nobody cared about. That was a 3 star. Arliss Boardingham also as well has been making a lot of plays. He's been a quote unquote matchup nightmare from what I've been told. Andy Jean also had a couple touchdowns. He's looked pretty good as well. Just overall, man, and Trevor Etienne, he squeezed out some runs as well from what I've heard. I think he had a 40-yard run in his first practice. Had a couple more runs in the second practice here. But Jack Pyburn, also, I've heard he's looked pretty good as well. I don't think he was severely rated that well. I think he was like
No.
in the 400s
From the
when
Bulls,
he was being
yeah.
recruited.
Very 3-star. Remember
Yeah,
playing with
and
a chip.
from what I've heard, Keontae Goodwin, he's been taking reps with the ones. You got Damian George, he looks good at guard. Justice Boone's had a couple of good plays off the edge there. It's only been 2 days so far, so really you're not going to get too much into the notes and really into the nuggets as far as like spring practice goes. But if you want any of the detailed notes and all that, I have to do a plug for the Gator Collective and their Gator Collective boards. They do a good job of putting the spring notes out there and getting more in depth into detail with those. And I'm pretty sure Connor Clark right there at Sports Illustrated, they got some practice notes there for you folks as well. But yeah, I mean, you're starting to see some of the guys that, Billy Napier brought along that obviously hasn't been there. I mean, we all know what Trevor Etienne can do and Montrell Johnson, but you're starting to hear names like Jakeem Jackson and some of the guys that he brought in from last class already starting to come in and make plays. And that's what you want to hear because a lot of the times last year you heard, okay, these guys are making plays, but like you didn't really hear it like right off the whim. It took a while. Like these guys are already starting to make plays in day one and day two. And I'm really curious to see like how these spring practices keep going. And obviously the spring game, we're going to see a lot from that too.
Yes.
But it's been looking way better than last year in the way that it's been trending, I guess, for the first couple of days. But obviously, as I said, there's more spring practice to go on, so we'll see what happens.